it seems like a Kadosh Baruch Hu is closing the store. And by that I mean, we've already known that we're in the end of days for some time. But as you get closer and closer to the end, a lot of things that we took for granted, or perhaps things that were going good, start going the opposite end. Now, as I mentioned to you guys a few times over the last couple of months, especially in the last month, a year ago, the world was in relatively good shape. People were doing great financially. The market was at all-time highs. The economy was doing fantastic worldwide. The Jewish people have been at a state where they're the richest they've ever been since the time of Shlomo HaMelech. The average Jew is complaining not because he doesn't have money. The average Jew is complaining because he feels like he should have even more. I only made 150,000 last year. Only 150,000 last year. He doesn't realize that 5 years ago he was barely breaking 40,000. Now he's making 150,000 and he's complaining. Rabbi, it's barely 10,000 a month. 12,000 a month. Rabbi, who could live on such a thing? I don't know, 90% of the world. But the point is, Rabotai, is that people got comfortable. A lot of people made money in the stock market, real estate market, in all types of shtuyot like bitcoins and all types of cryptocurrency, making money off of Amazon, selling stuff, eBay. People have made money from all types of things over the last several years. There's good news and bad news. Good news is all that is about to end. Bad news is all that's about to end. Why is that good news and bad news? The bad news is because obviously people are going to have to readjust their life. Good news is that this means that we're a little bit closer to Mashiach. Now, that being a little closer to Mashiach is also bad news though, for some people, if you're not ready.
We have to do ishtadlut to keep our life safe. Of course, life and death is in the hand of Hashem. However, although life and death is in the hand of Hashem, a person can bring death on himself by his choices, even though it wasn't Hashem's plan. And don't expect if something will happen to you, then you can come to Hashem and say, it's not fair, why didn't you save me? You don't have zchuyot that I'll make a clear miracle for you. You go where the lions are and you want me to make the lions numb? Don't go where the lions are. And if Hashem will make you a miracle, it takes away from your merit. It cleans from your account. So one way or the other you lose. We have to do ishtadlut.
Now Kadosh Baruch Hu says to the sages, the son of David, the Mashiach, will not come until the entire kingdom converts to heresy. All of the leaders are going to be heretics, meaning people like Avigdor over here, and the Woman of the Wall, and the New York Times, and CNN, and all of these Reshaim, they're going to be in control before Mashiach comes. Meaning, what's happening right now, if the good side doesn't win, or the lesser bad doesn't win, don't be surprised. It just means we're closer to Mashiach.
If we had emunah, it would never break us. When you have emunah, you know this world is a blink of the eye. My job is to focus, to gain as much as I can. Anyway, soon I'm moving on. And nothing will break me. Problem is when you don't learn Torah, you don't listen to strong Musar talks, you don't read the right books, you don't have the right rabbi, then what happened? Your ideology becomes crooked. Your lifestyle becomes crooked. Your friends are not what the Torah wants you to have. You give your children the wrong education. Everything in your house is 50-50. Nothing is exactly the way the Torah wants. No wonder how everything collapses sometimes. But if you have emunah, nothing breaks you.
Be'ezrat Hashem, more and more people choose the right thing to do because that's what the Gemara says to us. Rabbi Eliezer ben Hokenos says to us, what is it going to be that's going to save us from the Chavle Mashiach, from the birth pangs of Mashiach? It says Torah and Gemilut Chasadim.
I've heard enough. New arrival screams, echoing through the hallway to know that this ain't good. Once they pass them through the infierno, they don't come back. It's enough to make you go crazy.
Do not think we fear you, Spirit. We know your power is born of evil. This is your last night in the land of the living. You understand me, malevolent demon?
There was a rich family that lived here called the Hetheringtons, and unfortunately, their daughter passed away of a heart attack inside the house. Basically, they were so devastated that they reached out to people claiming to be psychic mediums. They actually weren't psychic mediums. They opened up a total of 11 portals inside this house and invited spirits and entities from all different kinds of dimensions.
Well, I think there are certain pieces of evidence that there is an afterlife.
Resurrection of the dead is affirmed pretty clearly in the Talmud and the Midrash.
To be honest with you, to give this lecture is a nightmare. If it was up to me, I wouldn't. There's going to be some graphic details.
This place is a maze.
That person after death went to a place called Sheol.
This is by far the largest near-death experience study that has ever been conducted.
People go to a place and they experience weird things. And sometimes they actually will see a character of some type. Well, where did that come from?
I don't know why that one chain is swinging back there.
They may describe feeling profoundly peaceful, seeing a bright, warm, welcoming light. Some people describe watching doctors and nurses working on them with incredible accuracy.
Next thing I knew, I was above my body watching the operation.
How long did you feel like you were gone?
I went to a place of timelessness. And so what that means, it could have been a second, could have been 5 minutes. I don't know.
Can you imagine waking up from your sleep and not being able to move?
As I'm lying there, I realized that there's an evil presence next to me.
Do you believe that angels, demons exist?
Holy dude, get out of here! Oh my god, dude!
Strange things keep happening. Bizarre nightmares, as if I'm on fire.
Whoa, what the hell is this? Man, I've got bad chest pain.
Satan's Hollow is what it's called, the portal to hell.
Some people calling it an eye of fire, while others said it looked like the portal to hell opening up.
And the next thing I know, I was outside of my body, looking at my body.
What I'm going to do is called claromancy, the art of throwing lots or throwing bones.
2,000 years of experience, passed down, recorded, of how demons work.
God has them all on a leash, and he lets the leash go enough to let them tempt us, because that's what makes us spiritually stronger.
I'm trying to be as graphic as possible so you understand what we're talking about.
It's your ticket to reality. It's your ticket to freedom. It's your ticket to immortality.
Is there an afterlife? Is there a
This
God?
is the type of information that can keep you away from the Yetzirah.
What happens to us after we die?